Welcome back. It's been a few days since I have filmed a video, and today I recorded a podcast with Pageants and Prosecco, and I will share the link when it does come out because we talked about some really interesting things that have happened in the pageant world in the last decade. One of the things that we talked a bit about was the evolution of the bikini or swimsuit competition, and so I thought it would make for an interesting video because we shared some different perspectives, and it got me thinking of some of the different perspectives surrounding the swimsuit competition in general. I would say that the swimsuit competition is the most controversial part of any pageant if the swimsuit competition is part of the pageant. As we know, Miss America did away with the swimsuit competition in 2018, even though ironically enough, Miss America started as a swimsuit competition. I understand in ways why the swimsuit competition is so controversial, but I also don't, because for those who judge it the most harshly, for the people who criticize the swimsuit competition the most, for those who disagree with it to the most extreme level, I would say 98% of the time, those are people who don't watch pageants, don't follow pageants, they've never competed in a pageant, they've never had a friend or family member compete in a pageant, and they don't really know what the pageant scene is all about. So for me, I would say I see people who know nothing about Miss USA, Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss America attacking these competitions because of the swimsuit competition and judging it, and they know nothing about it at all. I did a little bit of research, and some of this I already knew, some of this a lot of you will already know as well, but Miss Universe itself, it is, as you guys know, the largest pageant in the world in terms of live TV coverage. Every year, more than 190 countries worldwide tune in with an audience with over 500 million people, which ends up being even more people for those who watch it after it's aired live. And the title Miss Universe was first used in 1926 in a contest that was held annually until 1935, when the Great Depression and other events preceding World War II led to its demise. And the current Miss Universe that we know today was founded in 1952 by the Pacific Knitting Mills, which is a California-based clothing company and manufacturer, which was a frickin' swim line, which I just think is hilarious because this all started because of a swim line company. The sponsor actually was the sponsor of Miss America until 1951, when the winner of Miss America refused to pose publicly wearing one of the swimsuits from this company. So in 1952, the Pacific Knitting Mills said, "See you later, Miss America, we are starting our own competition." They started Miss USA and Miss Universe, and they co-sponsored the events for decades, which I just think this is so interesting, so cool. So that right there also tells you that Miss America was also a swimsuit competition first, and now Miss America doesn't even have a freaking swimsuit competition at all. Miss America, it prides itself on being a competition without a swimwear competition, and also that they don't judge on physical appearance, and I think that's great. But Miss America, to me, like, I just don't even watch Miss America anymore because I just find it boring. And a lot of people will tell you that it's basically like watching women interview for a job. Now, in my videos, you've heard me say that Miss Universe, Miss USA, Miss Universe Canada, any of these any title period is a job. You are applying for a job when you compete in these competitions, but from an audience perspective, from a competitor's perspective, where's the fun in that? Like, it's not just an interview. Yes, the interview is a fun part, the question and answer is a fun part, but it's so much fun to be able to parade on stage in a swimsuit, in a gown. It adds excitement, it adds glamour. I just feel like that adds some of the show, and I don't know, there's just something so exciting about those other aesthetic parts of the competition, and that's why so many people around the world tune in. Who has the most beautiful wow factor gown? Who has the most confidence in their swimsuit? Who has the best swimsuit walk and turns? To me, those are just all fun parts of the competition that have been around for so long. I found this blog. They are criticizing the competition. They watched Miss USA 2016, I think it was, and it says here, "What bothered me is the part of the program which is the swimsuit round. In a time where self-confidence in young women is at an all-time low, there is still a portion of this competition where beautiful women parade around in barely their bikinis and score points. In fact, I realized that the swimsuit round is before the question and answer round, which is kind of like saying, we'd like to see you practically naked and how confidently you can walk around in front of us before we hear the way you speak about important things." This person admitted earlier in the blog that they don't ever watch pageants, they don't know much about pageants, which to me that opinion right there shows it. We all know with following Miss USA, Miss Universe, that the girls are judged on their overall package, including interview, before they even step on that freaking stage. So this opinion right here is what frustrates me about those who criticize the swimsuit competition, because they don't even know. They're putting in an opinion out in the world, whether it's an interview, like a radio or TV interview or a blog, and they're putting this opinion out there which other people are reading, and they honestly don't know anything about it. In 2018, when Miss America did away with the swimsuit competition, I know where they're coming from, and I do love the place that they're coming from, but I feel like it's an unnecessary place. The reason that I think that is because me, who was so much different than all the other Miss Universe girls, I loved the swimsuit competition. I loved being able to stand up there, be confident, and be able to step out and I guess show the world that women who are not necessarily the typical pageant size, a size 0, size 2 with super defined abs, perfectly round butts, they can step out there and be just as confident. In that podcast, I told you guys a little bit about, they asked me, how did you feel compared to the other girls? Like, were you more self-conscious than the other girls? And I said, no, I was actually probably more confident than some of the other girls, because some of the women who were more of the typical pageant size, I guess, who had those toned abs, they were standing in front of the mirror for literally hours, putting on like body paint and trying to like fix these imperfections. There's so much more I could say about that, but basically, to me, the swimsuit competition should be about showcasing different sizes and different body types rather than us all trying to fit into this certain mold. And what I said in that podcast is that if you want to be judged on how toned your abs are, then join one of those bikini competitions that's more of like the bodybuilding type, but like the bikini style, whatever that's called. That's where they actually judge you on your specific measurements and your body composition and all that stuff. To me, Miss USA, Miss America, Miss Universe Canada, did I say Miss America? Miss Universe are more about showing that women can be different, but they can still be confident. And what this leads me into is that I would receive messages from people who would say, seeing you up on the Miss Universe stage as confident as you were gave me confidence to step out on the beach, to go to the pool wearing a swimsuit, period. Like, before I wouldn't even want to go to the pool, to the beach, because I just didn't have the confidence. So seeing you up there with that confidence gave me the confidence to do that. To me, that's what it's all about. For so long we were seeing specific body types being showcased, and I think now we're seeing a little bit more diversity, which is really important. And I went back and I found photos from Miss Universe 1952, the very first Miss Universe, and here are all the women in swimsuits. Many of these women would be considered curvy, plus size, not your typical Miss Universe body. They might not be as toned as people want Miss Universes to be. This is beautiful. This is amazing. This is like totally perfect, and I don't know why this is not okay or seen as not beautiful, but I feel like we're hopefully going to a place like this. There's also some controversies that have happened where women who have particular beliefs do not step out on stage in a bikini because that is either their religious belief or personal belief or whatever. And I think all the power to them. If they want to compete in the pageant but they don't want to step out in a bikini or a swimsuit, so be it. But my opinion on that is that, say if there's 100 girls competing for a title and there's one girl who doesn't want to wear the bikini because 99 of the other girls are happy to wear the bikini or the bathing suit, then why should the whole competition change for one person? As well, if you're going to sign up for, register, want to compete in something that you know your beliefs do not align with, like a major part of the competition, why would you want to register? Why would you want to compete? Like, why would you want to be a part of something that doesn't support your belief system? Now, I don't mean that in like I'm not trying to cut down different people with different beliefs. I just mean, like, for something that so many people love and have been a part of for so long, if you don't like it, if you don't want to be part of it, like, I just, like, why be part of it? One thing I can say about that is I think it was Miss Bangladesh this year. So this year, Bangladesh had their first representative at Miss Universe. Miss Bangladesh did not wear a bikini in the swimsuit competition. In prelims, she wore activewear. I thought it was totally fine.
Hello. Probably to echo a lot of what you said, I think being in a bikini on stage like that enables women to kind of either I don't know, like rise to the occasion or kind of like crumble under pressure a little bit. Like it definitely puts a person maybe a little bit outside of their comfort zone. But I feel like that's kind of like what Miss Universe is in a way. Like if you were to go on to win the title for a year, you'd be pushed out of your comfort zone and be put into a lot of different uncomfortable situations. And I feel like even something like that might be able to kind of tell the judges what kind of character you have,
right? Yeah, like
and how you perform.
Basically, if you can be comfortable with being uncomfortable,
yeah,
kind of
pretty
thing.
Much,
yeah.
yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's a really good point, and that's what like I understand where people are coming from. I know where they're coming from, but I don't agree with them. And I guess when you look at some of these pictures of these girls in bikinis, like they're not wearing lacy lingerie.
No.
Like it's a freaking bikini, for God's sake, and they say like barely there clothing, and it's like we see women wearing a lot less or showing a lot more on like Instagram, and it's totally cool and accepted.
Everyday life. And kind of what you said about what was it, what pageant doesn't have the swimwear or swim.
Oh, Miss America.
Yeah, like a competition, well, any kind of a pageant, like you know what you're getting yourself into before you compete. You know, it's not like you sign up and like, oh no way, like you have to be in a bathing suit on stage. Like you like you know that before you sign up. So like if you have a problem with that, then just like straight up don't compete.
Right.
Like,
actually, I can't believe I didn't say it. Miss World also doesn't have the swimsuit competition.
Wow.
I know.
In a world where diversity is so much more celebrated now, you think that that would be something that they would keep rather than like to hide, you know?
Yeah. I overall just think it's so much fun watching prelims, seeing the girls come out in their bathing suits, like it's just so much fun. I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like I don't want to come across too harsh, but yeah, like when I say that, like I think it should be part of the competition.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, I don't know what one of us was saying, but the video cut off because I ran out of room on the memory card. We will end it right there. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Do you like the swimsuit competition? Do you think it's an important part of the competition? What are your thoughts in general on the swimsuit competition, whether it be at Miss World, Miss Universe, Miss America? I would love to hear what you guys think, and then maybe I'll do a follow-up video if you guys have different questions about it, or if you want me to delve into my experience or anything like that. As usual, if you want to see more from me, you can subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Our next video that we're gonna film tomorrow, so it'll probably be out in a few days. We are going to rank the winning answers of the decade from what we consider best to last. If you want to see that, subscribe, ring the bell to be notified when that video comes out, and we will see you there.